is up, Boo Boo Gang? So today we're gonna be reacting to Locksmith 2019 Freestyle on Shade 45.
Freestyle Fridays, man. We back in effect, man. Back in effect, man.
We back.
Freestyle Fridays. Here on what? Shade 45,
with
K Slay. Oh man, legend in the game, K Slay, man. Putting dudes on in the game, man. He represent real hip hop. So shout out to K Slay.
Yep.
Anybody know about K Slay back in the days, man? He had the fire mixtapes. Took over the whole mixtape circuit. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to him. Locksmith, lyricism. The boy nice. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle Fridays. Let's get into this, man.
Let's go.
It's always an honor when Locksmith comes in this building. And I'm going to let y'all see right now who's who.
Let's do it.
Microphone.
That's right, baby.
Drop that beat, Torch. Drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. See you right there?
Yeah. Look. Check it out. Look. No big homie, no corporation. No diss, only my motivation. I notice most of them go with waves in. I go against. No big homie, no corporation. No diss, only my motivation. I notice most of them go with waves in. I go against the current I currently feel engaged in. Raised in a city, civility's disability. This umbilical cord is the discontent for humility. Silly rapper, you privilege, lying or you pretend to be. I disconnect from your witherspoon like Ryan Phillippe. Philip is web browser with lead showers and minstrels. Nocturnal journals of unnurtured potential. Essential tools when exploiting the black youth. Multiracial pickaninnies they pick as a substitute. Suck the truth from the culture, leave you a hollow shell. Fuck an album, algorithms with ad agency sale. 2004 placement, 500 in your statement from a playlist. That type of math is not adjacent. We chasing after the dreams that we only appear to know. Birds never change feathers, they weather but clearly don't. You want advice? Well, here's a quote. A bitch nigga's a bitch nigga right now or 10 years ago. Karma don't expire in pride of popular opinion. I'm rising above the minions, my eyes have reluctant vision. I look away from your negative trenches. Niggas smile in real life but act petty in mentions. This is Dred Scott, nappy dreadlocks, skullduggery, bipedal mechanics and fire discovery. This is 1934 Detroit master fraud. This is slave owners teaching slaves master is God. This is Malcolm bowing in Mecca drinking from Zamzam. Machiavellian hellions hailing our own plans. The neighborhood does not condone.
Oh, this boy, oh man. Now, a lot of people gonna sit here and say, you know, they understand what he's saying. Oh my Lord, he just said a whole lot in that ball. But come on.
Machiavellian hellions hailing our own plan. The neighborhood does not condone false prophets wrong. Mr. Rogers, the Roger Stone, watching drones fly over religious schools and comb. Back home we all clones, we follow what they presume. We cater what they consume in costume. Get some money and hop out your cocoon like a coon. I assume you got the memo with symbol.
Yo, oh, he killing these niggas, yo. Oh!
Back home we all clones, we follow what they presume. We cater what they consume in costume. Get some money and hop out your cocoon like a coon. I assume you got the memo with symbol to be affected. Young niggas feel disconnect, old niggas feel disrespected. This affects the nervous system, essentially kills us all. Pushing poetic poison, fictional fentanyl. Heard a bunch of y'all rapping, fronting like dawn captains, throwing money around and stunting in y'all caption. Said he was set to kill, really just false acting. You call it a record deal, I call it Uncle Tom's cabin. Bragging and fucking thoughts, gas cause you must have bought 500.
Yo, oh my God. Yo,
Oh my God.
that's a book. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into that. He popping a lot of jewels on this joint,
Yeah,
man.
he is.
1,000 views and half of them Russian bots. Half of the buzz you got stolen from his connections. The other half controlling people's perception. Deception is like infection, it's lying beneath the skin. I'm trying to keep a grin. The virus is steeped in sin. Set a flame to the game and murder you post fire. I hate that nigga, but I admire his ghostwriter. I'm the sole proprietor, prime my way in the system. Criticize my game plan, but ask later for assistance. Persistent, but you did judge. If you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. But I'm sick of pretend love. I'm sick of the fake industry puppets, tangling strings, dangling dreams, dangerous themes y'all promoting. I wouldn't give you the Heimlich if you was choking. I'm the chosen designated distributor and dismemberer. You said you rep the culture, but we don't believe you. You said you was a broker, so we don't impede you. Some niggas are so desperate for exposure, they just roll over and lower the standard we should heed to. We worship at the feet of these icons in the hopes to be anointed. When you meet them in person, you're disappointed. I'm pointing out the flaws in the pecking order. Respect's in order. Expect a quarter of success when they suppress what's brought up. I saw Lord, what we seek is the peak. Whack niggas from 2010 we now see as elite. A mirage, I know it sounds quite odd, but Lil Xan makes Gucci Man sound like Nas. Lean with it, rock with it.
Dad.
Oh, this nigga taking shots. Oh my god, yo.
Yo, why isn't Locksmith ever on Flex? And why does Flex keep on bringing up these trash old rappers?
We gotta ask Flex that. You know what I'm saying? K-Slay is the core of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He represents that. He always has, he always will be. He like lyrics. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I know that like Flex has had, you know, Loaded Lux, Arsenal, Black Thought.
Yeah,
but there's more trash artists that go up there than like lyrical.
Yeah, because I think he's just trying to stick in with the popularity instead of getting up there getting them bars.
Yeah.
Because them bars don't get them views. It's about who's popular today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
That's good.
let's get back into this Locksmith Freestyle Fridays. You heard?
But Lil Xan makes Gucci Man sound like Nas. Lean with it, rock with it. I just spit it how Pac did it. The bay is in my blood, but I'm not a blood, so stop with it. I'm a lyricist. This is not a gimmick. I remember nights, empty stomachs, and nothing but knots in it. Please don't compare me to other rappers you rock with. Yeah, he's got a flow, but he's sorta iffy with content. Me, there's no if, whys, or maybe.
See, that's what I'm talking about. He said, but they iffy with the content. No content. No substance. The freak we listening to. Damn.
He's got a flow, but he's sorta iffy with content. Me, there's no if, whys, or maybes. I would teach a class, smash your bitch, and then baptize your babies. Maybe you deserve to be weeded out. And please don't blame it on the trees and claim later you was weeded out. I'm weaving in and out the flow like a seamstress. You reap what you sow, and I thread the needle extinguish out the spark that you've been burning for clout. Disperse in your spout, and every word you slur from your mouth. As far as bars, I've been serving them out. I deserve an amount of respect. Fuck you and your burner account. You see the people in your circle are the first ones to hurt you. They feed your insecurities and downplay your virtues, but I'm virtually unstoppable, stopping over your obstacles. Your optical receptors are intercepted with lots to prove. I'm the truth, I'm the fact of religion. I'm the reason niggas crumble up they raps when they listen. I'm the reason niggas humble up they act when he's mentioned. When they meet me in person and purposely practice submission. The fact that he's missing is just due to circumstance. And bad timing combining purpose a perfect stance. Assertive serpents that circle around my sermon's glance. Minute I smell they venom, circumvent to a certain task. I smirk and laugh at your outbursts, who you cursing at? Your outcomes coming out worse than you worse at rap. I used to clap for these niggas, now I reverse the stats. Every album out, I was counted out and emerged from that. Concepts, metaphors, lyrics, production. I mastered my position, addition out of reduction. They asked for my detention, essentially out of.
Ooh, that boy just broke down. What is it? What's hip hop, baby?
That's every album out, I was counted out and emerged from that. Concepts, metaphors, lyrics, production. I mastered my position, addition out of reduction. They asked for my detention, essentially out of assumption. Cause I ain't begging no artist for nothing. I'm cuffing my scrotum sack in the coldest sack, the coldest cat. I noticed that you overcompensate for your bogus stats. You know you act. You know you actually act out for attention. Cause your music doesn't get it. Your whole image is scripted. If I cannot do it, it cannot be done. I made a test of DNA. That is not my son. I'm not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Not your hip hop homie or your industry brethren. My paragraphs are paragraphs, a pair of math solutions that only my parents grasped. Took me past minutia, the past is nuisance. Every rap that I spat was a crack in the very fabric he's passing out to enact confusion. The act of using morality to boost morale and lose morality, skews mortality and huge totality. Who's to blame for me toe tagging these rappers that you mystify? Justify white but claiming it's a vibe. This is why we shouldn't dignify degenerates. Disingenuous lyrics that only serve or assist a lie. I found a sister in the system, essentially tried to attempt and pry open a small gap you had meant to hide. I found immense pleasure and gratification in grabbing what's sacred and staking my claim to you wits and crime. Since when did too much talent become an offensive crime? This confines the culture and that creates a big divide. Indivisible, inexplicable syllables, silhouettes of a civil threat leave the masses miserable. We maximize what is minuscule, then they pour wool over eyelids. I beg to extend the door.
Oh my God, hold on, we gotta take a break. Yo, this nigga, man. This nigga's going in, man.
Oh my God.
Going in. God damn. To my lyrics. And I just gotta take a break for a second. Let's take a break, man. Let's take a break. Let's take a break for a second. That's what I'm saying with lyrics. This is what these mumble dudes can't do. They can't do this. They be, oh, that's nothing. Y'all can't do this. You know what I'm saying? He just going in, going in. He been rapping for 6 minutes. 6.
I do feed off instrumentals. The instruments you use are inadmissible. In the midst of a windless spool, I pull away from normalcy. Such an enormous hill to climb. So you incline to fail while I perform the feat. We complain about culture and what it was, but trolls don't create themselves, the public does. Media feeds into the fuckery just for buzz. Just because you buzzing doesn't excuse your destructive grudge. I was under the impression that pressing people for clout was the wrong type of message where messages were in drought. But I've seen a lot of death, and especially from the south side of Richmond where they sticking your tombstone in the ground. Young niggas wave guns and record labels benefit. They profit off the ignorance because they don't have to live in it. They provide the method to market.
God. Oh my God. Oh, that's exactly what he said. These record labels got you niggas waving guns and they don't got to live in the neighborhood that these niggas is waving guns. They profiting off of you while you dying off of it. Come on, man. He killing, man. Yo, Locksmith, man. Oh, man.
Was benefit. They profit off the ignorance because they don't have to live in it. They provide the method to market it and distribute it. This exhibits a lack of responsibility, period. The period following inferior practices is a larger conversation. And it's more than compensation. And it's more than just the dollars. There's a broader complication. If you don't respect the art, there's no more obligation. You can't expect a white-collar suburbanite to understand the urban plight. They just see the perks and hype. They just see the antics and analytics as gimmicks. Another reason to send niggas to prison while they surfing heights. There's a certain type of hell for you demons. When you see him in public, you publicly move and you meet him. But you need him to validate your actions. And this fake democracy is nothing more than a distraction. They gave us a black president to pacify us and lull us to sleep so the next one can wreak more havoc as they advocate for companies to keep dumping money into policies that profit off the meat. You weak ass rappers, you speak ass backwards, you leech off classics so you can eat and keep that status regardless of where you come from. I can beat those tactics, you appeal to dum-dums and the weak drug addicts. My poems are African bones.
Oh my God, this nigga going in, man.
Yo, like, he can just stop right now. He can just stop right
He
now.
going in.
He can just stop right
This
now.
boy going in. I needed one of these, baby.
Gosh.
I needed one of these, baby. Yo, this is like Black Thought to me.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that he dropping in here, the stuff that oh man.
Would you leech off classics so you can eat and keep that status regardless of where you come from? I can beat those tactics, you appeal to dum-dums and the weak drug addicts. My poems are African bones sprinkled on the ocean floor. The transatlantic holocaust and the cost to endure. Slave vessels that's nestled beneath the wind while I reprimand you pawns using Franz Fanon's pen. Wretched of the earth, I reversed the Hermetic curse, but I learned a lot from Lot in regards to that Noah verse. But I'm so immersed in this perverse industry gambit that it's hard to get a grip when they cripple your understanding. Panic at the disco, dinner at Del Frisco's. The food is moving slow like San Luis Obispo. Rest in peace, Jerry. It's scary how niggas violate. Ain't satisfied until they ratify my pious state. God bless the web. Thoughts is acting wild. Get indicted off a light. White niggas is back in style. But I back it how? No backing down is your demeanor. How is it superficial if they serve you a subpoena? If you live by the gram, you die by the gram. Thought it was cute till you at odds with Uncle Sam. And you sabotage your life for the price of the raffle. Like that, you went from internet chatter to chatter. While I'm straddling the fence, insensitive or ingenious. I finesse phonetics and demean the king's English. I suppress the way that I really want to address them in the spirit of the culture. If you look a little closer, there's a deep-seated sense of contempt. You're not exempt. Turn up your nose and flows and beg to repent. But there's a lot of pent-up fear to end up here. I sense what's near. Your near side of you is askew. thought it was cool. Not to me, I'm a rebel. I can see how they meddle and matters, but me, I won't settle. Try to criticize me on the level. If you keep playing devil's advocate, then to me, you a devil. You derelicts are determined to be a barrier. We all wearing wires, just check your wireless carrier. I carry on tradition, condition of being avid. Back to Richmond, niggas carry Iron Man, Black Sabbath.
Oh my God.
Agatha Christie, you can miss me with the questions. Try to assist me, I would diss thee with inflection. Cause I ain't come this far to jump in his car, so he can take credit for driving me where I'm destined. Definition of crimes through repetition and time. My deposition is epic and delicate by design, and a definite reminder of where I stand in society. A reckless outcast, I outclass what they provided me. Surprisingly, I've been separated and branded. They brandish your understanding that's unmistakably candid, and a cancer to the culture, sort of poetic tumor. Rumor has it that they doing damage to the consumer.
888, Shade 45, Street Super. Now let me explain something to you. You got motherfuckers that can come up here on this mic and can just spit any kind of stupid shit, but this was unwasted bars of knowledge.
There was
Like,
so many references in there, and I was like, wow. I was like,
this is what I'm talking about.
This, like,
Oh my God.
Locksmith, that nigga get a 10 all across the board. All across the board. Freestyle
Definitely.
Friday, I need one of these bad. The boy went in, he talked about political things, he talked about what these dumbass rappers be doing. Y'all niggas, man, yo. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Locksmith, man. Lyricist. You know what I mean? You niggas out here, the rappers, the fans, it's monkey see, monkey do. You know what I mean? Y'all don't want to be different. Y'all don't want to be unique. Y'all want to all sound the same. Y'all want to look the same. Y'all want to act the same. So you have a bunch of niggas that's just clones out here. You know what I mean? And nobody's different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you do in life, you should want to stand out. You should not want to be like everybody else. You should want to be like totally the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody going left, you should be going right. If everybody going right, you should be going left. You know what I'm saying? The norm. So I mean, much props to Locksmith, man, K-Slay. A lot of subject matter in that joint. A lot of creative bars. A lot of political things. A lot of things that need to be heard. And we need more artists like this to keep banging and banging and banging. So the youth can hear this, man.
Yeah.
Because if the youth was spit like he was just spitting, oh, things would be different, man. Things would be different. But you know, niggas want that dollar, man. So, I mean, they do anything for that almighty dollar. What you thought about that, John?
I would have to say he's like top 5 freestyle.
That we heard.
Definitely.
He ain't choke.
He's in with there. He's in there with Black Thought and.
He ain't fumble the ball. He ain't do none of that. He held that joint. Bomb. Gave niggas the stiff arm. Get out of here. You dig?
Oh, man.
Let's go with that touchdown on them niggas. You dig?
I can't.
So he definitely up there. I got Black Thought, Locksmith, I got Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all gotta fit in them slots, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't fit in them slots, I don't want to hit bars, man. I'm never gonna listen to this again though. You know what I'm saying? We get that subject matter back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, man, shout out to all the subscribers, man. Freestyle Fridays. Give this video a thumbs up. Go support this freestyle. Share this freestyle. Go listen to this freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, go hear it. Not listen. Go hear it. I mean, sit down with the earphones and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it again. You heard? Peace. We out.
Peace out.
Want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always.